Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Chocolate Man podcast. I'm your host, Rosalind Perkins. How's everyone doing? I hope everyone's doing pretty well. Today we got a quick show, probably hour and a half. The reason why I'm doing it just for an hour and a half, I'm actually testing something out. See if doing less hours for the Chocolate Man podcast will work. But before we start, like and subscribe and comment in the live chat. But don't forget to subscribe because that's the only way you can be in the live chat. Give me 1 second, everyone. Let's see. Yeah, that's the only way you can be in the live chat. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, I'm a. Hey, good morning, Ohio. Salute, salute, salute. Let me see who else is on here. So yeah, we'll talk for a little bit. And I'm so sorry I'm doing this so early. It's just I gotta be somewhere at like 10:30. I gotta be at my job. I have to do a paper real fast. Um, but other than that, everything is sweet. I hope everybody is having a good weekend. It's already Thursday, so that's a good thing. And as it is, if you work Monday through Friday, I work Monday, Tuesday, Thursday night, and Sunday. I do a double Sunday, so that's my 40 hours right there. I would say this topic that I'm doing, it is how to prepare for a Netflix and chill, but also we will be talking about the evolution of Netflix and chill. Um, how I'll tell you how I feel about Netflix and chilling. I feel like if you're trying to get on your feet, yes, you should do it. The reason why, um, you just don't got no fucking money. Have done it? Yes, I have done it a few times. I've been broke before. I've been like super broke, Like I have been broke to a certain places, certain times where sometimes I didn't even know if I'm going to eat today or tomorrow. And it be like that sometime. I hope my kids don't go through it. I'll be behind my kids for as long as I can. But you wish that family members won't go through that. Um And also, I gotta go to Walmart. I have to go to Walmart because my PS5 controller isn't working. I think it's broken, so I'm gonna get a new one. I'm gonna put it on my credit card so I can get some points. So, yeah, it'd be like that. And everybody always talks about this point thing. I don't know nothing about it. I just heard you get points for it, and I'm paying my credit card off tomorrow. I mean next week. So, um, I could put some money on it. And play. Hold on a second. And plus, I don't want to use my last what $200. So yeah, I get paid next Wednesday. So I get paid on Wednesdays. Because I got DCU. It's a credit union. It's a credit union, but you know, it's a good one. So like, I put it this way: they help me build my credit up, and what I mean by they help me build my credit up is I put a car in my name, and what I usually do, I pay if they tell me pay 150, I'll pay 300. They tell me pay 300, I pay 600. And those are the things that I do. So if you could get a car through a credit union, yes, definitely do it. Um, but other than that, that would be my day workout. Go to wrestling. Um, the whole 9 yards. Look purty out here. you know. Also, give me a second. What I do like about Netflix and chilling is, and this is just me. There's two ways you can do it, and it depends on your circumstances. I'm gonna teach you two ways of doing it because I have been in both. Um, with Netflix and chilling, you have to have some type of apartment or some type of living. Like if you live in a rooming house, it's gonna be a little bit different because um if you like me, you don't like niggas sitting on your bed. You don't like females sitting on your bed or people you don't know sitting on your bed. That's just me. But it's understandable. It's understanding why you don't like it. In the living room is a little bit much. It's a little bit better, but there are some things that there are some do's and don'ts. We will start with it. Give me a second, everyone. I'm sorry. There is some do's and don'ts to certain things. But again, everybody like and subscribe and comment in the live chat. And also subscribe so you can be in the live chat because you cannot be in the live chat if you're not a subscriber. Also, if you want to donate, we got Cash App and we got Cash App, Venmo, and Super Streamlab. The Streamlab goes to my PayPal, so yeah, that I do get it. So don't think I don't. Um do I want to start right now? I'll just talk a little bit more on Netflix. Also, I have seen the evolutions of Netflix and chill. We'll talk about the evolution of it, and this is just my opinion. You know, my opinion of Netflix and chill. I think it's dope. It's a new way of like getting to know somebody and stuff like that. Um, I remember girls just come over there and chill. Probably listen to some music, smoke a blunt. Drink some liquor. And this is if you do stuff like that. Because I remember when I was young, there was the party line. Call the number. You talk to a female. You see if you like them. You see by the personality and stuff like that. You got to be careful because they might be young. That's the only thing. Uh, yeah, you just got to be careful with the party line. Definitely, I would tell somebody that be careful. Party line isn't all cut up. It's not all cut up as you think it is. Also, um, I do want to say this. The that was my evolution. Then come to the cribs. She might have a friend. She'll bring her friend over. Like, oh yo, you got to get your friend and stuff like that. It was the same thing with me. I remember, oh my god, there was this girl I met at my college. I went to the first college I went to was Massasoit Community College before I dropped out and just went to New York. Um, and it was super dope. I had a great time. I met so many dope women from Haitian to Was it Libyan? I don't know what they call Libyan women. I think it's Libyan. Yeah, I said it right, Libyan. I didn't want to say it wrong. What else? I met fucking Haitian women. I met a Dominican and Puerto Rican girl. I even met a Jewish girl. That's where I slept with my first Jewish girl at was at Massasoit. You know, she was super dope. I'm gonna say this: the Jewish girl was super dope. Super skinny, really didn't have no body like that, but her personality outshined everything for me. I would have dated her, man, but we just hooked up. I'll be personally honest, we just hooked up. Um, and she lived in was it Abensting, South Abington? That it's a rich area and stuff like that. I will say this though. What really caught my eye with her is that um, she. And I say she's Jewish because she was Jewish, but she was white. She was a white girl. She was sweet. It was, um, let me see. Let me go back. What really thing I like about her is that she was sweet. Anything that I was going through, she'll fix for me. She just wanted somebody to actually care for her. That's it. Just what most women would want, just a man to care for them. Well, at first, care, understand where they're coming from and stuff like that. There was this Irish girl. She couldn't grow no hair on her body that I used to chat with. She was a freak too. I hooked up with her like years later, but she was cool. She was good with sign language and shit like that. She did sign language and stuff. She liked black men, but she ended up marrying a white man. And that's why I always tell people all the time. Most of these people from other ethnicities, they always go back to their own people. And I know y'all might think I'm just shitting on people. No, it's honestly true. Look at Jennifer Lopez. Jennifer's went from black like to black men to maybe a white man back to had two babies by a Spanish guy, then after that back to a white man. It's that's what they do, man. That's why I knew that shit, even if that Myron shit was true, I knew it wouldn't work because most Spanish women go back to their own kind. They go back to Spanish people or they go back to the white person, Um that's where they think they fit in at, you know. It's not like it's rare that you see like a Spanish person with a black man forever for a very long time, like until time comes to the end of times. It's impossible because you hear their parents talk shit like, "Oh yeah, why you with the Morenos?" And that's why I always tell people it's not like, "Oh yeah, I hate Spanish people." It's just it's this is what they do. I dated a lot of people to understand why do they do stuff like this. Do I hate it? Yes, I hate it because at the end of the day, when you messing with a black person, the black man, the black man or black woman is gonna be down with you, until time comes. You know, most people don't think of it, but yeah, it's. Hold on one second. I'm gonna change the title. But yeah, it's yeah, that shit happens like that. That should be like that sometimes. I will say this though. Are there good people? Yes. There's good people out here where like they'll only go out with a certain type of person. You know, I like I said, it's rare that you see shit like that. You know, The reason why it's yeah, it's just like that, man. I will say this though too. I will say this. Um, those type of relationships. I think it works. And the reason why I say I think it works is because at the end of the day, you sometimes if you're lucky, you probably get the sex out the way. You probably get you know the the sex out the way, knowing if you like them or not and stuff like that. And you don't want to be in adult relationships. So Netflix and chill. It's dope for black men. I will say that, and the reason why I say it's dope for black men because most black men, reason most relationships end with black men is the lack of sex. You know, and this is just me. And the cheating and all this other stuff and getting hotels to cheat. It comes with the territory. I always tell people all the time. I was like, yo, if you're not doing your job, they're gonna find somebody to do your job, you know? And it's not me being an asshole, it's just this is what happens. And this is why I always tell people all the time, yo, you gotta stay on your A game with your chick. You don't know what your chick is thinking, or tell a girl like, yo, you need to stay on your A game with your fella. You know, I'm just being personally honest. It goes both ways, men and women. It goes both ways. You don't do what you're supposed to do. This is the type of stuff that happens. What's going on, Ewell? Salute, salute, salute. It goes both ways. So it's like I said. That's why I always tell people, yo, the best thing to do is just try to care for your girl. What other niggas say doesn't really matter. You know. And this is just me. This is me personally. It doesn't matter how people care. How does people feel? Um, I'm sorry, everybody. I'm just trying to get stuff started and put stuff in the live chat and stuff. Your post can. Give me a second. So did it go in? Give me a second. I'm sorry, everybody. Okay, it went through. Yeah. So it comes with the territory, man. I tell people that all the time. Don't think, oh, life is supposed to be like this. Yo, I'm being personally honest. Like, so you're gonna get ups and downs in these type of relationships. It's just it is what it is. It's how you deal with it too. If you can deal with it, yeah, definitely. I would tell somebody. I would tell somebody like, yo, definitely, yeah, try to work it out. And if it's not workable, it's just like, yo, just move on, man. You're just gonna be beating a dead horse. And like I said, it comes with the territory of loving somebody. You know, if a nigga be like, "Oh yeah, I don't love no bitch," yada yada, nigga lying, because the bitch leave him, he's crying. And I'm gonna be personally honest. That's what happens. Oh, that's not super chat. Give me a second, everyone. Did niggas really fuck up my? I mean, Cash App. All right, there we go. So everybody, I put my Cash App and I put my super chat up there too. So definitely, if you want to give donation to the podcast, definitely you can do it. Um, where I'm gonna start at, because like I said, it's gonna be a quick show, hour and a half show. I always go on how to prepare um the ecosystem, as I call it, the ecosystem or the environment of a Netflix and chill date. And it depends, and I always tell people it always depends if you already went on a date first, then a date after. If you went on a date first, it'll be a little bit more easy because you know the person. But I feel like if you know the person and what they like and dislike, this is what dating is for was for in the first place. It was to figure out, oh, is this person cool? Is it should I still fuck with this person? You know, are we rocking? Do I want more out of this person? So now it comes for Netflix and chill. Like, yeah, you come over my crib, we could watch some watch a movie, listen to music, and the first thing I always we'll talk about is what are the do's and don'ts in your partners like in a movie and in the atmosphere. I always would tell people pick a genre of a movie and it should be picked by the person's personality. So if a person is a really serious person, pick drama, crime, no, drama and action. I will always do drama and action for a serious person. Comedy maybe if if they're too serious, see if you could get a laugh out of it. Say, yo, I picked this movie, see if we could get a laugh out of you, because I know you're so busy and stuff like that. You probably don't like to laugh. A person who got a sense of humor, I will pick comedy, and I will pick comedy, dark comedy, and depending on what she does for work, like say if, like the chick is a like I'll give you an example. The chick that I was fucking with, she deals with forensics, so deal with crime, suspense, maybe even horror, you know, and she had a laid back personality to a certain extent. Um, I would do that. I'll give you another example. A person who is, who's just lit all the time, like just, like to party and stuff like that. Um, I would do drama. I would do I would do drama and I would do was it drama and was it drama and I would do hmm let's see, drama and probably suspense, you know. And the reason why I do suspense because at the end of the day, like I said, they're lit all the time, you know. Let me get a sip of my coffee. And this is why I tell y'all to do coffee dates, then do the dating, then do the Netflix and chill. One, two, three. Um, Also, if you're living in an apartment, and this is what I say. If you there's two things you can be if you could do it two things. We're talking about just the do's and don'ts. If you live in an apartment, I will always tell people to use the living room. Living room, I think that's dope. I think it's perfect. Um, cuddle up, whoop whoop, just the whole 9 yards. Also, I did, like I said, let me talk more about that. And I got notes right here, so if you see me look over here, it's notes. Also, I would say with the living room, there's a few things that you can do with the living room. It gives you more access of saying that you're more independent. Her being more comfortable, her or him getting to know you. Me, I usually do the music first. And that's when they come in here, got the music playing. I will always go old school. Like, it depends, like what type of old school. Like me, I do the Commodore stylistics. R. Kelly still. And the reason why I do R. Kelly because R. Kelly's the king of R&B. You'd be crazy not to do R. Kelly's music. What else? Yeah, just stuff like that. Um Also, if you have a struggle house, also known as a rooming house, I would advise you, if you have a struggle house, have a love seat in your apartment. And what I mean by a love seat in your apartment is, um, yes, you have a bed, but you have a a couch, a little couch in your bedroom. Like I used to have a couch in here, where I could just lay back and watch TV and stuff. And I'm gonna tell you something. With the love seat, I think it's super dope depending how you put it. Facts, free R. Kelly. Oh man, come on, Ochimaru. It's my little Ochimaru Funko Pop. That's Ochimaru if you're into Naruto. Uh, and I got for the Haitians, Papalago. You know, I always thought he was super dope. Shout out to Haiti. Um, Free Diddy too, salute. But I thought that was always dope and stuff like that. Because I've been struggle hard where I lived on the third floor at my mama's house one time, and I used to just bring chicks up there and stuff like that. When I started fucking with this Puerto Rican girl, that's when I stopped. And the reason why, because I actually liked that Puerto Rican girl. She was like 4'7", 4'10". Um, I thought she was super dope, if you ask me. Let's see. Let me see what you said. I got the projector in the backyard for the Netflix and chilly chill. Yeah, that's another dope thing to do too. Doing something different is always a dope thing. So I would say that that's great. The projector and stuff, and people have projectors in their house too. So that's even super dope. Um, I would say this. Um, there's a few don't to not do. You can make a lot, but the major ones is like just don't do. Also is make sure that and this is I'm talking about your don'ts. Your don'ts is make sure your house is clean, your apartment is clean, and stuff like that. I think that's a perfect thing. A lot of people don't clean their apartments. They don't make sure that their bed is clean. Their fucking blankets and their sheets are clean and stuff like that. They probably fucked another girl on it and just leave the sheet. Nah, clean them shits, man. Don't be no fucking savage out here, man. That's fucking disgusting. And I will tell y'all niggas that. That's disgusting. Don't ever do that. I think a girl should spit on you if you do some shit like that because it's very disrespectful. Or a man, you got some other man's love juice on the fucking couch or on the bed or something, he should spit on you. Uh and I'm sorry if I take it that far. I just think that's very disgusting. I think it's nasty, you know. Uh Also, uh don't be a fucking creep. Try to be a gentleman, try to be proper. I think that's the perfect thing you should do. And the reason why it's the perfect thing to do because they would want to come back. They know that they're being respected when they come over to a man's house and stuff. And also, last thing I will say sometimes don't expect sex all the time when they come over your house. Should they want to fuck? Yeah, but at the end of the day, as I told you about a lot of people are fickle out here. You know, people are. I wouldn't even use fickle. I think a lot of people are because fickle is like saying, "Oh yeah, a person's like, yeah, you're questioning their loyalty or their what they really mean." Make sure your dang room is clean. Yeah, your living room is clean. Your bathroom's clean. Yeah, you gotta make sure that house is clean, man. You don't want people going into a dirty fucking house and stuff. You know. And I will always tell people you should make sure your house is clean when people come over. Like when I was creeping out and stuff, and before I met my baby mother, yeah, clean up the room all the time. Oh, girl, coming over, clean it up. Boom. And don't just throw shit in your closet and say, yeah, it's clean now. No, don't do that. That's disgusting. Um, it's those are my don'ts. You know, you don't do at all. Those are you. That's what you don't do. A lot of people have a hard problem. S- People are not the cleanest people in the world. I will tell you that. I'm gonna be honest with you. I have met some dirty people, so like I even have dirty friends, man. I have dirty friends. I dated dirty women before where I was like, yo, I can't do this. So I just blocked my number and said, thank God I didn't invite her to my apartment. Um, the most cleanest girl I met was this older chick because I know y'all know I date a lot of older chick. So this older chick, the recent older chick I ever dated, and she was like 8 years older than me, 6 to 8 years older than me. Super dope, got her shit together, was fine, And when I say like she was like one of them old school chicks, yeah, she was like one of them old school chicks. She had a struggle apartment, but she didn't have a room in the house. She had a struggle apartment, like two bedrooms, not really a living room, or she wasn't doing anything with the living room. Had a little fucking table, but she could cook her fucking ass off. I tell you that, man. She could cook, and that's what I appreciated about her, that she can cook. When I was there, she had the wine. And she was a freak. I always tell people this is why I date older women. It's like, and this is why I always say I don't know why people always say, "Oh yeah, the older they are," and it's about the bitch had a baby at like 41. So 41, 42, nigga. Like that shit doesn't really mean anything. And she had like what, 2 or 3 kids. I wouldn't be surprised if it's not mine. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it's mine, because I was fucking with her hard body. Um, and like I said, it comes with the whole scenario. Hold on, everybody. Let me take a picture. I usually put this on my Snapchat, so just give me a second. Okay. Yeah. So give me a second, everyone. Yeah, it's just it comes with the territory, man. Those struggle apartments and stuff like that. But she was a cool chick, man. I honestly adored her. I will say that I adored her. I will say this, and this is for the women. If you invite a guy over, definitely cook. He'll definitely come back if you cook, and it was bomb. You ask him what he like, and you ask the girl, "Yo, what you like to eat and stuff like that." Like my baby mother's mad difficult. She only eats Cambodian food and shit like that, like Asian food and shit like that. Me, I eat a little bit of anything. There's certain things I just don't eat, like shrimp, pork. I'll eat lobster here and there. I don't really eat crab like that. There's a lot of things I just don't eat. That's why when we go to them Asian like restaurants, I can't really eat because um I don't eat a lot of that shit. A lot of that shit is shrimp, and pork, you know. So yeah, it be like that. I would say that it be like that sometimes. . Also, . I would say this. Mm, make sure, and I'm just talking about the living room. Make sure and this is if you have your own place and stuff. You know what? I'll just get to the next one. We're gonna talk about comfort, people being comfortable. Also, and I think this is very important. And the reason why I say it's very important is because um, a lot of people, if you're a sleazeball, and this is me, if you're a sleazeball, give me a second. If you're a sleazeball, it's just things is gonna be very, very different. Oh, I can't put this screen on because this is my how to say it? It's my this is my my screen for like when I'm doing reactions to adult films. So definitely I can't put this on the main screen stream. So yeah. I apologize. It's just I can't because I want to be monetized. But yeah, it's just you'd be surprised, man. And this is why I say, yo, I'm gonna end up having guests starting probably in the middle or the middle of February, beginning of March. I will have guests for this show, and this is why I'm only doing once a week now. Um, what did I laugh at? Oh, oh, motherfuckers got mad at that. But yeah, it just I always tell people this. Um, and this is just me. When you have your own apartment and stuff like that, like I said, make sure it's clean, and also we would just talk about cleanliness. Figure out what you're gonna talk about because you need to talk to him. You need to talk to her. So don't think you don't need to don't think you don't need to talk to her while the movie's going. Like say what happened. Like I said, what happened if she wants you to cook for her? You know, that's another thing. What happens? She wants you to cook. You know, you're gonna be like, oh, whoa, shit. What am I gonna cook? So that means you know what? You got to get food. You know, you got to make sure you got food. You know, on deck. And don't be cheap because put it this way: I don't care if she's a whore, my man. Make sure she's eating, man. Leave a great impression. I think this is what people struggle with is great impressions. You know, it's just you don't have to like just jump into shit too. You know, and if you smoke, yeah, smoke a blunt with her and stuff. You know, I'm being personally honest. Smoke a blunt with her. You know, I think that would be great. You know, that's just me. Smoke a blunt with her, and I don't smoke. I don't smoke at all. Have a little bit of. I tell people all the time, don't go too crazy with the liquor and stuff. Like, yo, when I met my baby mother gave me some fucking Remy Martin 19. Was it 1792 shit? And I'm like, yo, what the fuck? And I'm just drinking, and they don't take shots of it. It's weird. It, it, I don't drink like that, but yeah, it's she gave me that shit. I was like, all right, it's trying to boogie. I was like, yo, this girl's trying to take advantage of me. That's why I say, yo, me, I'm a wine person anyway. So it's like I said, that's what I would do. I would do wine, you know. Um, I think wine is great. I think wine is, and it depends if they like wines. Most women like the pink wine. I'm more of a red wine type of person, so I would have to get two types of wine. That pink wine would be for her, the red wine would be for me. I'm not really a bubbly type of red pink type of person, so it's I get it. And it's nothing to be like, oh yo, that shit is gay and stuff. That shit is gay and stuff like that. Nah, it's just I just don't fuck with the pink wine. It's not my thing. It's not my forte. A lot of other people like the pink wine and the bubbly wine and shit like that. Me, I'm always been a red wine type of person because I eat a lot of red meat and steak. Well, steak is red meat, so steak, like I eat steak tips, steak, beef. I eat beef ribs, because I don't eat pork ribs. Like I said, I don't eat pork. And these are the things that I do. Also, make sure you got a blanket, you know, because if you're really digging this girl, y'all can share a blanket together where y'all can just cuddle up and stuff like that. And that might be the time, the go time. I'm just being personally honest. That might be the go time, man, because she might be really digging you like you digging her and stuff like that. And this is why I say, like, the Netflix and chill is dope, but I always use that for like date three. After we went on the coffee date, then we went on a dinner date, then we went on then after that, yeah, yo, you want to come over? Like not after after the date, but like after y'all still speak. What's going on, convo? Salute, salute. You know, not after like you just meeting her, maybe like what was it 3 weeks to a month, and you probably already scored already. But at the end of the day, I think the Netflix and chill is dope. It's just how you do it. This is if you're living in an apartment, and definitely the must have to do, and this is just with me. I would tell you to cook. I would tell you to cook, or y'all cook together. Best thing I would like y'all to do would be cook together because you want to know, where she's at with the cooking. You know, because you'll be surprised some women can't cook. Yeah, Netflix. Yeah, Netflix will be the third date. That's how I look at it. If they don't just come over automatically, I think Netflix and chill is the third date where like it's the like this is what I do. I do a coffee date, I'll do a dinner date, then I do Netflix and chill. That's if I was single. Yeah, I'll do that shit like easy, easy like that. Um, I don't. And the thing about it, I don't think. And that's the order that I would do it in. And what's going on, Gullery? Salute, salute, player. That's how I would do it. I don't know how everybody else would do it, but that's my thing like that. And that's and I always tell people you only do that if you like somebody. If you don't like that person like that, then like yeah, don't do it. Don't do it. Um and the reason is it's hold on one sec. Hold on one second. I'm checking the Facebook. Yeah, I'm checking the Facebook, everyone. Yeah, it's just 1 second. Yeah, but yeah, that's just me. That's how I do things, man. I think doing things like that is very easy. I think it's dope. Um, and some people will get hotels. I think that's what I usually do. Like if I wanted to get acquainted with somebody, I'll get a hotel. You know, like I'll say this. Hold on 1 second, join. Perfect. Uh, I'll say this. My children's mother. She don't like dating and stuff like that. Like my children's mother is not the most sociable person. You know. That's why like with me, it wasn't nothing different when I had kids. I would say that. That's only with my children's mother. With other people, I had to be sociable. I had to, I can, I could bring them around people and they'll start conversating with people. My children's mother won't do that. You know, that it is what it is. I'm not too mad about it. It's just that it comes with the territory when you dating those type of people. When you date those type of people, this is what you get. You know, yeah. Like I say, it is what it is. But we're gonna go into the struggle apartments. And when I mean the struggle apartments, I mean the rooming homes and stuff. Everybody got a rooming home. Um, the best thing when you're bringing somebody over, and like I said, make sure you have a love seat. Those love seats, I think it's perfect. Um, and the reason why they're perfect is because they don't have to sit on your bed. You don't got to worry about if this chick is dirty or this guy is dirty. You got a love seat. You know, depending what type of person you are. If you're a country person, you probably might have plastic on there. Plastic with the like with a cover. So that's one thing. Also, it is more comfortable. It's a comfortable thing where it's like, yo, a girl don't have to worry about you trying to like already try to get her in bed. She's like, yo, he got me on the couch. So it's I think that's dope that way. So I do like that. Another one is what's the other one? The other one is make play music. I think when you have that struggle room, play music. Music sets the vibe before you watch a movie and stuff like that. That's great. Also, to let your roommates know, that you're having company over. You don't want them just to come and barging, yelling, you thinking that you live in a fucking frat house. You know, especially getting older, that shit gets played out. You're like, yo, what type of fucking people? Like, yo, I was living, yo, dude. I'll tell you a situation. I remember I was living with what, four women, four white girls, and they came in the room. I was about to get some, and they come in the room yelling at each other. I mean, they came in the whole apartment yelling at each other. What calmed them down is like, yo, I got some weed. You want some weed? Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Because we all smoked together. Like they were cool white girls. They were. I'm gonna say this: they were crazy, but they were one of my favorite roommates. These four white girls. You know, they were sweet too. I would say that they were sweethearts. So I don't have nothing bad to say about them, but yeah, they're wild, man. They can get wild sometimes. And the thing about it, you wouldn't expect that because they're sweet people. Like they were really sweet. So, but I will also say this too. Just let them know that I'm having company over. We're gonna Netflix and chill. You tell them what the game plan is. It's like, yeah, I'm just letting you know that they're gonna be here and stuff like that. And if you want to introduce, yeah, you can introduce them to them if it's gonna be a long term thing. If it ain't gonna be a long term thing, don't introduce them to them because then after that they might not leave. Who knows? Next thing is cook before, and this is if you live in a struggle house. Cook before you cook before they come over. That's just me. Cook before they come over because at the end of the day, again, you don't know how your roommates is gonna be. You don't know if they're gonna be on the head. Don't be these hoes. Don't bring these hoes. Could get right. Yeah. Well, nowadays, yeah, but You gotta hide all the good shit sometimes, and it depends. And this is why I say, yo, it depends who you're going out with. Like me, I like hood chicks. I always liked hood chicks. That's just me. And this is why you do the two dates to figure out what they are, where where their mind is, because not everybody's mind is on the same. They're not everybody's mind isn't on the same path as yours is. I had a chick that's like, yo, I'm about to tear this shit up at like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning because another girl was texting me, like she runs shit. And I'm like, oh, hold up, you know, calm that shit down, and that's the only thing about dating and having girls stay over and stuff like that. Yeah, man, it sucks. Um, also, like, and also too, like I said, I dated strippers before. I love strippers, I remember her ex-boyfriend fucked the shit up. Ran up in the strip club acting a fucking fool, man, because she was dancing with somebody. I was like, nigga, how she gonna make the money? That was before I was in the picture, but yeah, she told me that shit. I was like, yeah, man, fuck you telling me. I dated like two strippers. I'm not even gonna lie. I dated two strippers. I hope they're doing good now, but yeah, one of them got lupus right now. I heard she last time I seen her, she had lupus. One of them had lupus, so I was praying for her, man. Because I know life is hard when you have that. And she just had a child by the nigga who ran up in the club, man. Nigga didn't want to pull out. Niggas is crazy. I think he was African too. That's the crazy part. Them niggas, they're possessive. Them and Haitians and Jamaicans, those are possessive people. Like Caribbeans, I'm gonna say Caribbeans and Africans, they're very possessive men. That's why when a girl try to put that cloak on me, I'm like, what? No. I don't just shoot up the club because I'm mad at you. Nah, fuck that, my nigga. It might be a drunk night, but I'm not gonna shoot up the club so you don't have nobody else. Fuck that. You think I want you to fuck my life up? Nah. It's just it's that's what type of shit they be on. They want to fuck your life up if they're not the only ones that's having you. I would say that. And also too, the reason why I brought those girls to that house too is because I live near a state police officer. Niggas was smoking weed, getting yo, nigga. I had niggas sending weed to the house and stuff. And my neighbor is a fucking state trooper. Yo, it was crazy. It was crazy. I was telling, yeah, it was a state trooper and everything. Um, nigga, I live near some crazy people. Live near gangs. I live near fucking state troopers. Leaving the state trooper police car near my house and stuff. My peoples is coming over there with the $100,000 bikes, $50,000 bikes and stuff, and they looking at me like, yo, who is these people? And I was like, yeah, don't worry. And I just say, yo, that's my family and stuff like that. And it's like, oh, yo, what do they do? I was like, yeah, they're investors. So that's what you say. Yeah, they're investors and stuff. They're cool investors. Oh, wow, that's great. Then the state, oh, hey, how you doing? It's just like this is why I always tell people that. And this is why I separate these shows and stuff so I can actually talk about this show. Like, yeah, I could talk about white supremacy all day, but at the end of the day, not every white person is a white supremacist. Not every Caribbean or African is a white supremacist, or Latino is a white supremacist. Are black people by themselves? Absolutely, but I know everybody is not. I know collectively they're not going to help us. So yeah. I will say that. And I always would say, yo, cook or go to a great or even go to a restaurant before you have Netflix and chill. I would say that. Go get something to eat. Like, yo, snow a little mom and pops and go get something to eat. That's what personally, that's what I usually do on second dates. I like the mom and pops food, you know. I don't do really the suburbs mom and pops because they don't put enough seasoning on it. I remember I had this fish dinner and stuff like that. I didn't really have seasoning on it, and I paid like $33 for it. And I'm like, yo, what the fuck is going on? You know? So yeah, I had a problem with that. I will say this though. The mom and pops in the hood, yes. Um, they're always good, especially the Jamaican spots and stuff. Those are the dopest food. They give you a whole bunch of food for $20. I do the curry goat with the rice and beans and the cabbage. You know, that's my go-to. I don't know what she does. She probably does the salted fish and stuff, depending on what nationality is your girl. I mean, not your girl, but the girl that you're dating or talking to. I think that's super dope. Honestly, I try to do that. I'm gonna be personally honest. I try to do that mostly. Even if they're hoes and stuff like that, I still take them out and stuff. I don't see there's nothing wrong with spending a little bit of money on them to get something to eat. You ain't tricking off and buying a whole bunch of things to so she can leave after. Nah, you know, she might spend the night and stuff. That's why I say wash your sheets, wash your blankets and stuff. No, don't let it smell like, Daphne from day was it yesterday? From yesterday. I'm just being personally honest, man. It's disgusting, man, and it's a hygienic problem to me. I think it's disgusting. But yeah, those were my talking points, and that's where where I say, you know what, that's dirty. Um. Also, I would say this. I don't want. I always tell people this. I don't want y'all to take Netflix and chilling and as a bad thing. Don't ever take it as a bad thing because at the end of the day, and this is why I always do the third dates because it it's hard to fuck up somebody being comfortable around you if you already dated them 3 times. Um, I personally don't do the Starbucks thing. I try to do the mom and pops. I always try to do everything mom and pops, everything black owned. And the reason why is if they see that you're out here on a date and stuff, they do a little bit extra. If you go to like a Starbucks, they don't really do extra. They do like, oh yeah, this is just service, but the mom and pops will put in a little bit extra for you. They'll give you a little bit extra credentials. You know, give me a second. Yeah, you get a little bit more when you fuck around with the moms and pops. I will tell you that. And I'm a big fan of mom and pops. So also everybody who is foundational Black American, who is other races, support your mom and pop stores. They put more effort into these more than they put more effort into your service than um people that work for these like super shops and stuff like that. I will say that. Yeah, Netflix movies on the third date. So I'm gonna tell you my go movies. I'm gonna start with ethnicity wise. Ethnicity wise, say if your girl's Asian. My movies that I usually go for, and depends on what she likes. If she likes Korean and other movies like that, I will watch this movie called uh, Battle Royale. I think there's three of them. Battle Royale is about these kids. They were degenerates and stuff. They stabbed the teacher by an accident, and the teacher sent them to this island where they all have to survive. It's like fucking I would say Fortnite, where you have to actually kill each other and stuff like that. If you don't kill each other, you'll blow up. Your body will blow up and you'll die. So they'll start killing each other off until one is left. Once that one is left, they can get off the island and go home. That's what if your girl's Asian. Also, if she's like humor, if she does humor, I will always say do The Ladies Man by with Leon Phelps. It was an SNL movie. It's an old school movie, but it's very funny. That's one of my favorite movies as comedy. Horror, oh, fuck. I would tell you don't let it be too gory if she's not if she's not a doctor or into register or if she's not a registered nurse. I wouldn't do like the terror. I wouldn't do that type of movies. I would do like because it's so hard to do horror movies depending on if the girls like horror. Like I fucked up one time and I watched I Spit on Your Grave, and it was a fucked up movie. I have never seen a fucked up movie ever since I seen I Spit on Your Grave. It was a crazy movie. This woman got sexually assaulted. Then after that, like it was for like probably like 12 hours, and they thought she died when she jumped over in the water because they couldn't find her. Then this woman started catching these guys sleeping and just torturing them to death and stuff. The girl cut off the dude's wee wee and threw it and let the dog eat it, and the guy was just watching. He's freaking out, and he just died from he just died. You know, so it's just it's a scary movie. Hold on, with all African freedom fighters. Shabaka. This isn't the Bronze Reaper podcast. This is the Chocolate Man podcast. We'll talk about that tomorrow. All right, tomorrow night. You know, Chuck. Here you go, Chocolate Man podcast. Jesus Christ, man. I'm sorry, everybody, if you're new to this show. That's Shabaka. He's a Pan African, and he think we're arguing about um politics and black liberation. So don't mind him. Shout out to Shabaka though. He's on the show every day. Thank you, Shabaka though. Yeah, yeah, yeah. One love, nigga. One love. But yeah, it be like that sometimes. It's just like I said, you just gotta be careful with the movies that you do watch. You don't want to be like, yo, this motherfucker might be a serial killer. You want to get a movie where she can like, oh, yo, scoot up on you a little bit and stuff like that. Nothing too serious. You know. But everybody, give me like 30 seconds. I'll be right back. I'll play some music for you and stuff. And just give me like 30 seconds. I just gotta go check on my son, man. He wasn't feeling good today, so. All right, I'm back, everyone. But yeah, but good morning to you, Shabaka, too, man. Good morning, man. How's everything? I hope everything is good, man. But yeah, it's just I like I always tell people I do like Netflix and chilling and stuff. I think it's a great thing. It's evolving to something else now. And shout out to Netflix because they got actually something really good. You know, like me, I always tell people all the time. I'm a homebody too. So at the end of the day, if I can just chill at home and we could get something to eat and watch movies and stuff and watch TV. And also TV series is great too. I remember I was dating this girl. She was a dentist hygienist or some shit like that. She was a dentist. She worked for I forgot what she was. She was a dentist. Um, she got me into Power. You know, I used to always think 50 was corny until the girl got me, and she was a Haitian girl too. Beautiful, beautiful girl. Um, she had the dopest name too. You know, she had one of the dopest names I seen. I digged her. She had a child and everything. When I met her. Um, yeah, I wish I could have stayed with her a little bit longer. Oh yeah, we were freaks together too. I would say that. Um, there's a few girls that it's just like, yo, you know what? This is the motion. You know, I will say that this is the motion. Uh, hold on. I will say this though. And this is just me. I always tell people this is just me. Hold on a second. I'm just checking something. The volume, no, it's there. Yeah, it looks good. It looks good on Facebook and everything. But like I said, I love it, man. Especially if you like TV series and stuff, and definitely there's a whole bunch of TV series that are out, like the beautiful. What was it Black and Beautiful? The Power series, P Valley, Tubi. I love Tubi movies. I'm gonna be personally, I'm a Tubi fanatic. I love Tubi. If I get enough money, I probably would buy Tubi. You know, Tubi's my shit. Even though some of the shit be looking like super fake, I love it because it's independent. What else? There's great movies on Tubi like The Love Plug, or the Plug Love or something like that. Definitely try to find a movie with the guy named Kareem and Murder, Murder Pain. Those are the great movies. And the dude with black dude with the long ass hair, who looked like me a little bit, but he's like super tall than me. He played off the movie If I Can't Have You. He plays in dope movie. I think he played in Pillow Talk. So yeah, there's a lot of movies that are out here and TV shows that are out here. There's another one called Legacy with um Vin Rhymes. Who else? I forgot the other dude's name. And when I see him, I'm like, oh my god, that's a like. There's a lot of movies that's out here that y'all can be watching. Even for y'all LGBTQIA people, there's a few movies that's out here for y'all too. So don't sleep just thinking that, oh yeah, they're only talking about like, people. No, there's movies out there for you on Tubi. So there's this movie. I seen it on TikTok. The teaser. It's called Secret Society. Y'all people who are like cis and all that other craziness. Not craziness. I apologize, but all that other stuff. Those are movies for you. So Tubi does have movie for y'all. They got y'all your own sections, but definitely I'll tell y'all off the rip, do the Detroit movies. The Detroit movies are the best movies. You know, it might not be LGBTQIA, but it's the best movies on Tubi. The Detroit movies. Atlanta and Memphis, they do great movies, but it's just the Detroit is it's just gritty. It's gritty. It's gangsters. They got their own lingo. Beautiful women. You know, if you're into muscle, if you women are into muscle, there's motherfuckers with muscles. You're into chubby people. There's people who are chubby in that movie. You might get a celebrity or two. It's yo. And there's other movies where you had I seen Claudia Jordan on one of these movies. I seen Erica Mena, Jody Meeks. I mean Jeremy Meeks, the was it the felon model. Who else? C- Um Columbus Short. What's his name? I forgot his name. If I'm saying this right, Columbus Short that used to go out with Superhead. She said she married him. Um, yo, there's a lot of these, and then after that, and my girl Kia B. I love Kia B. I think Kia B is super dope. I think she got a dope ass body, and she's chocolate. Oof, I love chocolate women. So yeah, it's a it's that's go time, man. Those type of movies is go time. I will tell you that. To me, it's always go time. And that's if you like stuff like that. Also, everybody, don't forget to like and subscribe and comment in the live chat, and also subscribe. Because if you're not a subscriber in YouTube, you can't write, but you can write on you. You can write on X, Kick, Rumble, and also Facebook. You can do that, but when you're doing this, I mean, when you're on YouTube, you got to be a subscriber. So yeah, and also if you want to donate, give me a second, everyone. I'm just looking at black filmmakers and stuff like that. I'm doing like 50 things, everybody, but I'm still paying attention to y'all. I just want to send down the I just want to send in the what you call it, the super chat and all that other cool stuff for y'all. Let's see. But I think, like I always said, um, I think that's the dopest shit though. The fuck, I just sorry everybody. I'm going a blank right now because I'm doing like 50 things, but yeah, just Netflix and chill. I personally, like I said, I don't do it. And also what what's my man said? Gullery said I wouldn't do it right away. That's if you and that girl was on the same page where y'all been talking for a while and say, yo, you want to come over? We could watch some Netflix and stuff like that. She might say no because she don't want to feel like a hoe or anything like that. But like I said, even with me, I think even hoes need some type of respect, you know. So, and as a man, we're still supposed to show respect to them, you know. Stops them from robbing you, so or doing some stupid shit. Yeah, I would say that. So, respect to the girl whose body is liberated, you know. So, and I'm not being an asshole. I'm just being personally honest. Like, yo, if you're a liberated type of person, and you like to, you know, you want your back blown out and stuff like that, yeah, definitely, you know, I'm not knocking you and stuff like that. I would tell you to find a one partner, but if you don't, you find a few. That's on you. You know, you doing your thing. You know, because like I said, I dated hoes before. And let me tell you something. And I'm gonna say this because I know most people won't say that. Hoes, reason why people fall in love with hoes is because you know what? They're easy to talk to and they're easy to get along with. Um, yeah, they're easy to get along with and they're very spontaneous if you're a spontaneous person. Me, I'm a spontaneous person. So at the end of the day, um, that's why I track hoes sometimes. You know, I don't think it's a big deal. Because in this world, I think damn near every girl, you know, suck dick. You know, suck dick or get their back blown out or you know have their hair grabbed, get choked a little bit. You know, some girls do anal and stuff like that and everything. You know, so it's. I'm not saying be not be careful, but you know, yo, you ever seen? Oh, that's my movie, the Cartier glasses. Oh yeah, I love that E Will. Remember, he took the dude's glasses and he ran off, and the dude just stood there for like 20 seconds. He's like, "Yo, this motherfucker just took my glasses." Yeah, that's my movie. Ewell. Yeah, I like the buff subs. Yeah, the Cartier glasses. Yeah. Yo, only way you could get women is with buffs. You gotta have them buffs. Man, them buffs is gonna get you killed out here, man. Did this nigga really take my glasses? But yeah, man. Yeah, that story, that's my shit, man. I like buffs up. Yeah. I hope they make a part two, man. If they make a part two, that'll be dope. See everybody? Yo, I'm telling you, if you're into like me, I'm into filming. I do filming. I do my short filming and stuff. So that's why I'm into a lot of movies and stuff. I love movies and stuff, and that's why I have to go get another controller. This shit right here is out of commission, so I got to get a new one. Um, Today, that's why I said I got to use a credit card. I don't want to spend my last 200, but it be like that. Like I always tell people, I do have money. It's just I don't want to spend it. And plus, I don't want to use the donation money either. The donation money, it does help, but I wouldn't use my donation money for that. Um, and that's just me. Um, but I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna land here, and I'm gonna say this because it was a great conversation with y'all. I want to say, and this is me. In this era right now, damn near every what we consider hoes back 20, 30 years ago, those girls is not hoes anymore. This world is different and you have to adapt with the time. Don't be surprised if the girl that you adore or like slept with 10 niggas last year. You know, it's just it is what it is. You're not gonna find a pure girl. You're not gonna find a pure girl. Like I'm gonna be personally honest. I'll go a little political right now with y'all. Do you think all these conservatives that's talking about all this degeneracy and all this other stuff wasn't out here sucking dick and getting fucked and wasn't in gangbangs and stuff like that, or wasn't at these parties with me and stuff? Yeah, they were at these parties with me. Yeah, they were, fucking and sucking and getting double teamed and stuff, saying like, yo, I could take more men than you. Yes. And it's definitely the conservatives. It's definitely these girls that, we consider, good girls that be sucking dick like they've been doing it for 20 years, but they're only 18, 19, 20, maybe even 21. Now I'm saying this. If they're like that, what you think their mamas was doing back in the 80s and the 70s and the 60s? So it's don't look at Netflix and chill as a bad thing or as a promiscuous thing. Look at it as it is, and if you feel uncomfortable going on a few dates first. Yo, that's one of the funniest movies. Yeah, it is. Yeah, one of my favorite characters on that movie is the dude with the dreads. The dude, he was only in the movie probably for like 15 minutes. Big heavy set dude. He was like, yo, he was the one going to Miami. The dude's cousin who was the smart one, always on the computer, his cousin. When the dude was like, yo, he's like, yo, can I use your glasses in your room? He's like, yo, absolutely. He's like, man, get the fuck out of here. You ain't using my fucking glasses. You fucking crazy? Yeah, him. The big dude. Yeah, he's one of my favorite actors off of Tubi. Him, Murder Pain, Kia B is number one. What's the other girl? The heavyset girl off of Side Piece. She's beautiful. That heavyset girl. She's very beautiful. Black woman too. As Shabaka and Kwame say, she's a beautiful black queen. Yeah, she's hot. Also, I'm gonna say this. Um, yeah, just don't. I always tell people all the time, don't think of that type of stuff as bad because those type of things are they're great, man. I think they're great. I think, you're getting to know somebody if you already went on a date with them and stuff like that. You got to see, and the girl, I got to tell y'all women too, sometimes you got to test the dingaling out, you know? What happened? The guy you like got a small wee wee and it ain't hitting. It ain't hitting. Are you going to stay with that guy with the small wee wee, or are you going to, try to say, just say, yo, we could be friends, but, I like you as a person, but the sex ain't hitting. Then you got to buy toys. Then you got to be a little bit more freakier. He has to be a little bit more freakier. Like you can test it out, Even the guys like, yo, don't you want to test out the girl you got, man? Test out the meow meow. I'm being personally honest. Sometimes it is like that, and 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 excuse me if, and I mean, I apologize to the person who's who want to wait towards marriage and stuff, but at the end of the day, you got to know what you're getting yourself into. You don't know if you want to take it even further, a next step, and just be committed to this one person. Then after that, they can be your fiance. And it works like that. You know how many beautiful and nice people I met with just Netflix and chilling, or watching a movie and chill, or just listening to music and chill. I met a lot of people. So it's I always tell people, don't take that shit as a bad thing. Take it as like, oh, yo, you know what? This shit's busting right now. You know, this person actually I do like. I adore this person. So this is how y'all supposed to take it. That's how I would take it. So yeah, it's very important to me. It's important to do stuff like that. Um, Let me give my shout outs. Shout out to E Will, Bombs Legacy, Shabaka, Gullery, Convo, FBA Convo, Ohio. Salute to y'all, and shout out to Facebook, Kick, X, and also YouTube. The people I didn't name, I apologize. That's just what I seen. I hope everybody has a great day. This is like I said, this show right here. I'm gonna build this show up. I'm gonna do it once a week. Then after that, I might do it twice a week if I come up with more situations. And if you wanna, and also if you wanna reach me or want to do a topic question, like a specific topic question, you can reach me on X, or you could DM me on, you could email me on me, you could DM me on Facebook. That's if you're on my Facebook, or you can inbox me on X, or you could use my email address, I am a Rochelin at gmail.com. And definitely, I could put something together for y'all if you want to talk about it for the Chocolate Man podcast, or even the Bronze Reaper podcast. That's how you can get in touch with me. Those three ways, those 3 or 4 ways you can get in touch with me. Thank y'all, everybody. I do appreciate it. I'm gonna play a little bit of music for y'all. Um, like I said, I appreciate y'all coming on the show. I know y'all so used to the Bronze Reaper podcast, but I let y'all know that this is what I'm gonna be doing for the once a week to build up my team on the Bronze Reaper Media. Because this is when I say Bronze Reaper Media, the Bronze Reaper podcast and the Chocolate Man podcast is under that under that group. So when you say Bronze Reaper Media, that's all, you know. But thank y'all, everybody. I do appreciate y'all for being on this show. I know it's an early show. I honestly think I might be doing early shows on Thursdays for the Chocolate Man podcast. Um, yeah, for Chocolate Man podcast, I think I'm gonna start at like 8:30, 8:15, just so we can get it out the way and y'all can go on with your day and stuff. But thank you. I do appreciate y'all coming on this show because I know this show ain't bussing yet, but it'll be bussing. Thank you, everybody. Have a great day. Take care.